Hello, and welcome back to my series on the liyue archon quest, and hopefully in the future the Inzuma archon quest as well. For some reason I've decided to start this recording in Sumeru, but it is still the liyue archon quest. You haven't missed that much. Last episode's audio didn't really work. The game audio works just fine, but my mic didn't seem to want to work that day. So I'm recording this before I have published that one, so I'm not quite sure how I handle that. My best guess at this point is I probably just recorded an audio over it and cut it up into smaller pieces. But if you watched it, you know. Wow, I'm really bad at climbing. Great. That's not gonna help. That seems dangerous. Climbing while being attacked by monsters is slightly dangerous. How are they still hitting me from... These things have way too good aim.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber!
Yeah, I've been asking how you get up there quite a while. I'm assuming it's just this quest has some way to get up there.
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is.
We didn't have an option to ask though. And Paimon is a guide, not just emergency rations.
Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do.
Maybe.
Let's look around. There has to be a way up.
Probably some elemental contraption. Yeah.
Hey, look! Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
I think it's that platform, but in the quest it probably takes you all the way to the chamber. Or maybe it takes you all the way to the chamber and the chest is there.
No way! Just trust Paimon's instincts.
I don't trust Paimon's instincts at all. The only reason I said it was a trap is because Paimon said it wasn't. How high does this go? Not that high.
It only takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go. Huh? Why?
Yeah, shouldn't it be a secret?
Or... Oh, Paimon gets it! If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right?
Or maybe they would have. Valid point though.
Alright, let's follow... Oh, hang on a moment. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea. Why don't we shoot you up to the chamber using the ballista?
That's hilarious! I wish I could say yes.
No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think about the safety measures. Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Also, let me get the chest.
Ooh.
The chest had nothing in it. Just had absolutely nothing. Also, isn't the mountain kind of blocking our view? Just a little bit. There's the ballista. Yeah, we can't see it at all from here. How are we supposed to look for another way up? Both that and... I think we would want the overhead view. Oh, we're supposed to run into the middle of it. Much
Halt!
better way I came.
Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What make... No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along.
Fight? What?
She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us.
She could have just arrested us in the first place, though. So...
Now Paimon's mad. You, over there.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come.
But why? That seems excessive. They're really just doing their job. Can't they just skip this and use the ballista? No? I have to kill these poor schmucks. That is very not fun.
Transcend all constraints. Illusion shattered. There is no escape.
Attack!
I thought there were 3. Why are
Born to
suddenly...
oblivion.
Why are there waves and waves of guards in this random place?
Shine down.
They have more security on this ballista than they had while trying to catch me after they saw they assassinated Rex Lapis. Yes,
Two arms!
makes perfect sense.
Take the target alive!
Uh-huh,
Inazuma shines eternal.
again. That's not... We're not gonna do that. I don't even think there's a mechanic for it.
Stop. What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
A random schmuck that you'll never believe got an invite?
We're invited guests here to look for the liyue Qixing. Who are you?
Well, as it happens, I am one of the liyue Qixing.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of...
The Guizhong ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair
Thinking
an
isn't that
adepti
hard,
mechanism is
Paimon.
quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
As I said in the last video, although I don't know if that actually gets in, that was probably Rex Lapis. Morak, Zhongli. Seems very likely.
That was... Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
So you really don't like the Adepti? Did you actually try to assassinate Rex Lapis? Wait, what? I thought that was all a plot for him, but maybe you did it? Yes!
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that too.
I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from liyue who doesn't
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing?
Why should... It feels like you're trying to start a war. I don't agree.
Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly.
'Cause he isn't dead.
How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for liyue?
The time of the Adepti may be over, but you know, gods still exist. Very much exist.
Another super bold statement.
It'd be quite impressive if you managed to run liyue without a god. I mean, Mondstadt managed.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, Trap. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule, the cream of liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit.
Favor?
What?
But, wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just
Oh, come on, little girl!
respect liyue's culture.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourself. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion. And, well then, may we meet again, traveler.
What was that
Well,
cut?
that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
That cut wasn't me, that was the game. Huh. The Adepti, excluding Rex Lapis and maybe the old lady, if they are Adepti, I mean Rex Lapis is, are kind of, as you said, arrogant. Which
So,
good impression.
what should we give to Ningguang when we see her? Oh,
Ugh.
right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar frosted slime!
Yes! Because she can't get that on her own.
Has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich. Why don't we go with that for a gift? Nope. But Paimon's sure that we just need to make it with some boom shakalaka.
And there are people who theorize that this is the primordial god. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
How is this the form of a god of anything? Nonetheless, the primordial god. Well, I think this just feels it's a waste of time if we get ingredients, but whatever. I mean, what would she gain? She can probably buy 100 of whatever we're trying to do. Unless it's completely unique. Okay.
Ooh, look at that slime! It looks crystal clear and very delicious.
Excuse me, Paimon!
One.
Calling a slime delicious is honestly, yeah, kind of disgusting. Is there anyone who would like to eat slime?
Is it just Paimon? Or huh? Did you hear that?
Listen.
No, that was definitely someone in trouble. It came from those ruins over there. Uh-oh, it looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
And I mean, I don't want to be mean, but is that our problem?
You're open.
Illusion shattered.
It really should be our problem.
Now you shall perish.
And open sesame. People are really scared a lot in this game.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders, when their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
I mean, they are criminals.
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry, I will compensate you both.
Paimon's just a little bit greedy, don't worry about it.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing jewelry, and I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I have. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Wait a moment. Actually,
Oh? And what might...
do you have a box
Slugs.
that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations.
That's arrogant.
Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know.
I
You can
have.
go see her whenever you require that box.
I haven't even been to half of the nations.
Great! Paimon's sugar frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
I'm really curious what reaction we're gonna get for this. Extra sweet flower. Well, isn't that nice? And the package. I wonder if we'll get a stop wasting my time reaction or a this is a neat dish. I really hope it's the
Hey there! A
This
guy
is a
called
cool dish.
Mung Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him.
You have a lot of shiny boxes.
Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Mung. If anything were to happen to him, here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history.
Yep. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure, please help yourselves. As
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If
No.
we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack.
Where does she get these ideas from? Why would that help? It's just gonna come dusty.
It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over.
oh yes, you might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decoration.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
I'm not, but I want to
Now
see
that
the
we've got all that
reaction.
we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
This is gonna be hilarious. Icing on the slime. Now,
Make my escape.
shall we perhaps offer... This is the equivalent of walking up to the president and offering him a piece of candy. It's just
I'm out of here.
really weird. If they're in a good mood, they may say thank you. But if they're in a bad mood, they'll probably just arrest you. Actually, they can't. But still. Also depends on where you offer it to them. If you're a guest, like we are, it would probably be really awkward. Like, this is the equivalent of a child. Just, it's the equivalent of a child's gift, but their character is an adult. I mean, if it was Young Lee who offered it, then I mean, fair enough. But it's not. It's really not at all. I took the most efficient way.
According to Kuching, this is... Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Hello?
Yes. How many would you like?
That was a long
It's
pause.
not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yes?
Yep.
Are we late?
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
Ah, yes! We may have gotten the wrong code. This is weird. Oh, hello.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
Hello.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like
Paimon! I can't look for
Oh,
this.
for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh,
Did it? I mean, it's fighting Storm Terror, but
This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of liyue. I have been
Neat.
gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above liyue.
That seems very rude to the people living in Liyue, though.
One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Again! Very rude to the people who live beneath, but yes.
Not many from outside liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you.
Right, she does have high position. It feels like everyone in Liyue is just far outranking people in Mondstadt.
As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached liyue.
What?
Of course, yeah.
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wangshu. Oh, right.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Who now?
Just Vergoldet? Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
That's creepy. What did you say?
At the Guizhang Ballista.
You weren't peeking.
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude.
Binoculars.
Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
I do trust that they mean the best for the people of Liyue, or at least their own interest, which probably include the people of Liyue, as their merchants. But what I don't trust is that they didn't kill Rex Lapis. Or try to. Because, you know, they're hiding the corpse and all. I'm just confused, honestly.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost.
Yes. So, and the emerging victors, I believe. Wait. It was 3,700 years since an Archon last died, though, so. I mean, it's a god war, so they probably fought long. But. Weren't there only 2 original gods or something? Maybe I'm mistaken.
In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Tevat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon.
So Archons are kind of elite gods? But what are the ones from the Domains of Blessing, or the crowns they represent? So, are there like lesser gods just walking around who aren't Archons?
Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for liyue. But the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before.
Probably, I mean, if the next god of Geo isn't an Adepti, of course it will. Also, he's not dead, and I'm sure you know, because he seemed to have talked to you.
Even in a new era, The liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played that day at Yujing Terrace? It was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there. You no doubt saw. But our enemy
I
has
did.
long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Yes. I am very suspicious of what Child did in the last episode. He said he was going to do something to the Exuvia, so I want us to get on that ASAP.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
The Fatui.
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you...
Well answered.
Confusing Paimon.
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete, so please.
Yes. Let's not get assassinated. I wonder if you can come up here after the quest is finished.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
I'm sure you can. It'd be quite a waste otherwise. Books. Yeah, let's not snoop through her stuff when she's right here.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Naturally.
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
What is she talking about?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
I think that's an insult.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
I don't think it's that much. I think it was just an over-exaggeration to tell a good story. I mean, we can literally see it. And probably most of the guests can too.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets.
Yep.
But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, Traveler?
Not really.
You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching...
That doesn't actually give an answer, and that's just straight up insulting the person who invited us. Honestly, I don't know which one's better. I'm gonna say Kuching because I want to see what this gives.
You'd pick Kuching? I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for liyue?
So it's a quote.
Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I
Oh.
won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
And for your sake.
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning.
Child is a problem. We know.
I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt.
You meant a loss of a genus?
With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for liyue, allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of liyue's administration.
Fair enough.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends.
Why do you not trust him? And why do you trust it now?
Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
What now?
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
Seriously, Paimon? Seriously? Oh, could we not have, like, made her shut up before we came here?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well,
Yeah, she's
we have
cute.
made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this?
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to... one of the sheets on that wall!
Why?
Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail.
I think you're misunderstanding something, Paimon. You have to take the right piece. And it's probably going to become irrelevant when you hand it out to people. So you're better off just taking one of the books on the floor.
Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for.
Why is she so greedy? Yeah, whatever.
Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one.
That's obviously a trap, Paimon. It has no text. It's worth nothing. Take this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or the ones with small text and a lot of it.
La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's see what's written over here. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research. Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the
We
shadows
used
of
that.
Liyue. Spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body but research on the Sigil of Permission? Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out. Oh, you really think so? Well,
I think it's
should
obvious.
we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves.
I mean, I think that taking something, after we talked about the wall, she predicted that Paimon would go to the wall, and the biggest, most obvious thing, which is a map and not an actual document placed on the wall, is what she would look at immediately.
That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
Yeah, I would like to go to the Golden Chamber thing, because, you know, child's up to no good. But it's not giving us the option to do so. Actually, we could. But before that, I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. I'll be right back. Good water. So, let's continue. I realize I'm making my videos more as if they were a stream rather than an actual video. But I mean, that's easier. Actually pretending that this is a streaming. And the fact that I have the option to edit out any mistakes I make makes it quite a lot easier. I am taking the best of both worlds, but I'm probably getting the worst content.
At the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us too.
Yeah, no shit. We're invading whatever they're doing.
Crumble apart! Shine down! Erase all.
Make my escape. I must.
Yes, please die now.
There is no escape.
Me? I really hate that one pun. I can't be the only one to confuse the Fatu with the Abyss Mages, can I? Perfect. Just perfect. What are we looking for now again? This box of things.
Have a load of this.
Alright, please die.
Inazuma shines eternal.
That fade when you use the ultimate.
Talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper too. What are they for?
Which talisman?
Paimon's seen this pattern before. But where?
Maybe the... Oh, on the Adepti Gates!
Oh, Paimon knows. It looks just like the sigil of... But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child? Suspicious.
Theft.
Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers.
So it could have been the Tsaritsa that made some? That makes sense.
Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect.
That could also make sense.
Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous.
That's literally just a vision. That's exactly what visions do. A geonosis is just a higher order vision that's inside of you.
And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure.
Going to the Golden House, perhaps?
Alright, that's enough sticking around. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being late.
Do you though? Didn't you kind of try to become late while preparing the gift? Or was that just an act? I need to get that waypoint. Accidentally climbs up to a tree while trying to run past. That makes perfect sense. I should probably unlock... Should probably unlock all waypoints that could be relevant before I start doing the Inazuma quest. That seems like a reasonable idea. I don't know if there's anyone actually watching through my videos yet. But if there is, I would love some feedback. It'll massively help me in determining what I should do next. Oh, hello there.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
So big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed.
Paimon's adorable.
It's second to none in all of Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly.
I like this answer.
Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. She thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh, so you also met with Keqing then?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want
We're
to
talking to an Adepti. I don't know if this
future
is...
there for Liyue.
Although I'm sure he can understand. He seems like an understanding person.
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Though they are both members of the Qixing. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in this gathering classifies as ordinary. I mean, not from this world. I have no idea what she is. She's very mysterious. Probably a god. Also, maybe not from this world either. I heard a theory about that.
She's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
Yeah, her life's work or something like that.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Who knows?
Why, Mora, of course.
Yeah. Greedy
All
people.
Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't—
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
This is probably going to shock him a bit, though. Yep.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending—
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all.
So we need wild ones?
Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out.
Does the land around it have some?
Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild.
Okay, where?
Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense.
Does this rite of parting have anything to do with why you're in a human form right now? Or like, why are you doing it? You're still alive.
But I'll need your
Or is
assistance
it just a
in gathering
cover-up?
these flowers.
Happy to
That's
oblige.
correct. Your singing will surely bring out the strongest
So how good is your singing?
Yeah, I can play the instrument. I can play like one song somewhat. But I like being cocky.
Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
For good reason.
We'll only know once she starts singing.
Why do you not believe me? Are we gonna have to sing? No.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
Aren't we copying the... Aren't we copying the child? The Hilly Turtle, Billy Turtle, Silly Turtle something?
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Or is my singing just that bad? Wait. Oh no, that's the Barbara song. Wait.
Leave it all to...
I thought it was the ghost that sang that, but it was Barbara. PHP. Wait. Come over here. No. Okay.
Illusion shattered.
Ah, thanks. Never mind.
Absurd. Torn to
Okay,
oblivion.
this is getting really annoying, little one.
Detached from the...
Again? I really am bad at staying alive. I learned my lesson a little bit. I have another character who can actually hold her own in a fight. Unlike last time when I had to use
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
Noelle.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
For the rite of parting or just
Well,
in general?
that's nice and all, but will those...
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me.
And you are?
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face? Paimon can't remember.
I want to look this up, but it's a 50-50 chance. Can you?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name.
Hey! We were right! Or I was... whatever.
Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Wait, is that the same person? She seems to have a different outfit.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope.
No.
We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see.
We just said you may have thought that.
Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something Something's a little off about Ganyu.
Horns? Horns, anyone?
She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan.
Oh.
Now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
Oh, it was. Oh, I thought it was. My god, they both have blue hair. I'm not the greatest at
You came
recognizing
all the way
people.
out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the garden?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet.
Everyone's so sad. If Rex Lapis is doing this on purpose, I am gonna be pissed.
When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard.
So, who's the one still remaining?
Yes.
Venti?
Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7.
It actually was Venti!
The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago.
He seems to be thinking
Of the
about something.
current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing.
They're both quite old.
This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden.
Yeah. Maybe we can say that you think it's really sad and all, so maybe you can starting back to do this. Stop slacking.
As a mortal, I've never but as an adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality.
Well, you are an adept, aren't you?
Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract.
Huh? Did you just say
Yes,
He has horns.
I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War.
So you're 2,000 years old. How are you immortal?
After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day.
Yes. That one's rude, but it's also funny.
Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one.
We dare not refuse it.
How do you not recognize him if you've known the geographer for over 2,000 years?
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too?
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able. If you would excuse me, I should return to my.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are
Yes.
mostly finished.
I'm really curious what's gonna happen.
Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
I'm really curious, and I hope that you guys who are watching are also curious. I hope there is anyone watching, for that matter. I'm sure there are. Sooner or later, someone's gonna look at my old videos.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
With no Mora.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time.
That's depressing.
So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we head back to liyue.
I think you can always do something mad. Oh. Wait, I have a revival item? I'm gonna save that. Because I feel like I'm sorry, I need to get this waypoint. I'm never gonna manage to get it otherwise.
I'm out of here!
Of course. This isn't annoying at all.
I can patch myself up.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Becoming annoying and fast.
Steady as stone.
Finally. Alright, so... There we go. Sorry about the detour. I really need to get this finished so I can participate in the Lantern Rite event. Although by the time I upload this, that may be a while ago. I mean... Because... yeah. I have to finish this quest for it.
Huh?
I hope I don't...
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and... the Fatui?
This
Suspicious.
atmosphere is highly abnormal.
Hello there.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume.
Yes.
The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city.
Huh. Can you do something about this, Zhongli?
However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
Can you do something about it?
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
I wonder who would actually win if that happened. I mean, if Rex Lapis were there, it'd be obvious, but without it.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you.
They kept tabs on you long before
Anyway,
that, dude.
Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
This is really weird.
Looks like things are about to boil over in liyue Harbor.
Yeah.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance?
Using my sword against Adepti does not seem like a good idea quite yet.
Neither path is an easy one.
Yeah, that's also
Oh,
true.
by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng funeral parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for them. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Yes.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what
True.
does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down,
Finally, we can go to
definitely
the.
he must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad.
Steal the Exuvia.
But where can we
Steal
find
the
him now?
Exuvia.
Where would he go
Golden
at a time
house.
like this?
Golden house. Why did it take so long? It feels like we've known where he was been a long time. You could have robbed the place clean at this point. Oh wait. Healing up is probably a good idea. And I want to save my resurrection item. There we go. Feels like we're getting closer to the end of this quest.
And away I go!
I don't know whether I should dash around or sprint around. I mean, dashing is faster, but it may be a bit obnoxious. Maybe I should also try to get some movement speed buffs for the next quest. Ah! There are no guards. He's definitely inside. And this is to be expected.
Wow! This is the goal. It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora!
Don't even think of... That's not good.
This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right?
Look as much as you
Or
want,
better
but let's
yet,
deal with
take
Child.
a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true. Oh, right. Back to business.
Yeah, let's deal with that first.
It's quiet.
The
Too
guard was
quiet.
lying when the guard passed
Surely
out.
someone's gotta be guarding Huh? Look! What happened here?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is alright.
I didn't see him. That's a good start. Yeah, that was everything though.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Alright, time to get revenge on a Harbinger.
Huh? Who's there?
Child.
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort?
You think very highly of yourself.
Stopping the more immense, hiding away the exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled.
I don't think the Gnosis is inside there anymore, though.
She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit.
You seemed like you were less rude than Senora. You may in fact be more rude.
Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You mean the beating.
When Senora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt.
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
I wonder, could I defeat him with only Traveler? I don't even have all my artifacts on Traveler. But I think it should be possible nonetheless.
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's...
I just need to not get hit.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got.
Archery.
So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Passable effort. Poor time. Try this.
Ow.
Run all you like.
I don't like where this is going. I think that will help. And a couple of these.
Already?
Please die.
How unbecoming. Poor timing. So quick to flee.
What do you mean flee? Oh, you mean me running away from your arrows? I think that's basic battle tactics.
You've made some progress.
Drop!
I thought this would be difficult.
Passable effort. Passable effort.
If it was actually used in Raiden Shogun, this would be easy.
Run all you like.
Starball!
Poor timing.
More healing, please. Well. I think that was my last duel.
Not bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got a trick. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself.
Weren't you just a Hydro user?
Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Well. Let's continue. I mean, technically Traveler's the only character I have that's not under-leveled. But I mean... well, no good artifacts. No over-leveled weapon. Ow. Definitely worse than Raiden Shogun.
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
Okay, yeah. Let's try this properly this time. Couldn't do both faces.
You've got some skill.
I wouldn't call it skill as much as good luck. I was lucky on the gacha, that's all there is to it.
Has your luck run out?
Illusion shattered.
The price of a single slip.
And victory!
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive.
I won though!
That's about as far as you'll get.
Oh! I can't actually do that!
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
Wait, you have 2 visions!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. Huh?
What Gnosis?
I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
A little bit mad. What the element is he? Does he have 1 Hydro, 1 Cryo, and an Electro?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah!
So that's why it was so easy.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you?
Feel like there's gonna be
Did you
no.
move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis
I didn't
over
take
now.
the Joseph.
Don't make me take it from you.
Take it? Come on out. Steady us.
Yeah, he does have 2 visions. Do you have a Cryo one? I didn't know that was possible. I thought Traveler was the only one who could do that.
Insolent.
I wonder if you just use your fourth slot acid faster.
Leave it all.
DPS spot. Whoa.
Remove all obstacles. Make my escape.
This is actually slightly
Someone needs
concerning.
assistance.
Let's do this. And while we're at it, let's do that.
I'll catch up. I must leave no stone unturned. There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
Good.
The mortal plane, a fleeting dream.
And this is why I saved my revive item. Where did I get a pyro element from? That is highly suspicious.
Die
Steady as
here.
shine down.
I need to be really careful. And also use Noelle as much as possible when I don't need to do damage.
I must leave no. Make my escape. Absurd.
Should not have switched there.
Leave it all to me.
Am I gonna kill him while trying to heal?
Illusion shattered.
I don't think so. I think I am doing so all right. Right, kill him in this one? Nope. Alright. And do win.
And some you lose.
Look! Child's back to normal again.
Is that a good or bad thing?
Well then, time. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
Both of these are accurate. Because we used to have all the 7 affinities. Or the light elements. And also, we are collecting the statue's powers.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eye. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my... This battle has already left me satisfied.
Battle maniac.
Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
That's an interesting definition of friendship.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with.
Yeah, maybe. Just maybe Zhongli has it.
In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least.
Why do you actually think he was dead,
It seems
though?
that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such,
You see
we
that?
must now look to our
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, For the weak will be swept over. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Oh.
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless with, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
I mean, why wouldn't it be able to?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
So that's what those talisman were for.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle.
Huh. I wonder if he's still alive, though.
Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes...
Ah. That's not great. Is this where we get the reveal? You know, the whole thing of Zhongli being a Morax?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Is that just being dragged there, or is it trying to fight the god or some bullshit? I feel like it's being dragged along. Let's hope it doesn't get blown up. That would be highly unfortunate.
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
No.
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed...
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
I really don't get how you were a god at some point. Even if you've lost your powers or something, you seem to have lost all your personality and memories as well.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessary.
What? But all of you were supposed...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chi Sing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy, and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista. For what could you mortals ever learn of adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an...
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we so be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Artifact pose.
Yep.
Ha! Not just a merchant, eh? That cutscene is epic.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong ballista!
That's the problem for us to deal with. Seems reasonable.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced
Wow.
a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
What now? Oh.
Illusion shattered. Ha! 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 Ha!
If this fight
There is
we're
no
gonna take
escape.
the whole time limit. But that's no fun. Also connect to this man quick. And then this man.
Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Oh. How do I not get hit by that?
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Diplomats? They do not look like diplomats in the slightest.
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
You can't.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst! Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
I need to retry this. I need to get some I need to get some revive items. Not being able to resurrect your characters is really bad. just in general. I'm just way too lazy all the time to buy new ones. Or make new ones for that matter. I can have some healing items as well. And obtain. And let's make some of the Adeptus Temptation. That was a bad one. Okay. Now let's go back. Wait, their quest gets set back all the way here? That's weird.
According to Kuchi, excuse me, do you?
Yes. Yes. How many?
It's not convenient to.
Ah, well said.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was.
This is an interesting cutscene, considering it leads the domain.
If we hadn't happened to see, do we make it in time?
What are you doing?
Huh? Hold on.
We've already seen this once.
Faced with a calamity.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just.
It's not just you, which is why we must stop.
So the Archon war with. So will the power of the
We've already discussed this.
What?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chi Sing did once, and as fate would have it, for what could you mortals?
So be it. We haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
I wonder if I should start playing some other games after this. Or I mean, recording some other games, I suppose.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Alright, so it's 6 minutes. Be careful and use your tank well. I prefer not to use any items. It's only 300 seconds. Actually, that's exactly 5 minutes. So at 5 minutes mark I can use Adeptus Temptation. Oh, hello there! I just look away and miss the fact that We have a company. Oh wait, I can't let you get your earth barrier off. Maybe I won't have to worry about it.
What is that?
That is Osial's divine
Here we go again.
I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
It's actually... Wait, I have the shield up though. How do you...
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Yeah, like I said, it's more like a fight force.
Shine down.
Now I can have some... I'll use the regular one. I feel like that's enough.
Ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst! Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
She was a Fatui. That pose I got frozen in. Did anyone else see that?
Now you shall perish.
That was absolutely glorious. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold the full 6 minutes. This point 3.5. Because every time I finish off one batch, another one appears. And looking at the health, especially this one,
With the blood
that's
of
a
the
problem.
Tyrian, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
Neat,
My
but
name means swiftness. Take
I
my
can't
power
see
and
them.
run as I do.
Oh, that's fun. That's real fun. Do you get this movement buff if you have him as a character as well? Cause then I really want to pull for him. I mean, I was already going to anyways. I have nothing against the character, and I need 4 stars anyway.
You're strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
I mean, it's honestly, I think it's really incredible just thinking of this in context of the lore. Because I mean,
Torn to oblivion.
when you think of it in the context of what you're doing in a game, it's a relatively easy fight, but when you're thinking of that and just looking at the cutscenes, it becomes a lot more awesome. And yes, it may just seem a bit...
Fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Inazuma shines eternally.
Oh, one shot!
Shine down.
These buffs you get are really good.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
What were all the buffs you got? Movement speed, That's the only one I remember. Movement speed, some sort of strong in body and mind buff. Or was that calling me strong in body and mind?
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
I need to stand next to this one. It comes out a lot. Oh no.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Rex Laps didn't have to do squats!
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
I may have spoken a bit too soon. These cutscenes are glorious. Although maybe a bit loud. We have a wind glider, we're fine. That was unnecessary.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
Give the gnosis
I'll
or...
sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Why is all of this our responsibility? They just wasted a... Oh, it's quite a small portion of the map, but I want to visit there again. And to think Morax did absolutely nothing to help.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed been. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the back. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice does...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time.
Can we just
immovable
tell
as
them that
stone,
Rex
just as it
Lapis
was
isn't
thousands of
dead?
years before. This is truly no small feat.
Rex Lapis
But that
isn't
does
dead.
not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
Yes.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
This
What?
entire day, Rex Lapis has been walking around
dream?
town.
I yearn to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
This is honestly depressing.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
Oof! But also, yes!
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
Yeah.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and
Oh.
Huh? Why does everyone look so
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there.
Right, the middle don't have visions. They're quite strong for not having any.
Danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor.
Unfortunately, we
right
wouldn't
now.
be able to participate.
Why not?
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
You can participate, idiot! The old lady, someone smack this guy in the head!
Oh, okay.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
This is wholesome.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
No. This is probably the most upbeat point in the entire quest. I need to play more wholesome games. I recently downloaded Omori. Maybe I could, well, not stream, record, and record as a stream some gameplay from that. Perhaps that would be interesting.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition.
So you're
Fair
very
enough.
slow.
Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Yeah. Adepti adapt very
Since
slowly.
we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing.
The rite of passing.
Child wanted to unleash the god, so he could, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own.
We're just casually dropping a bombshell here.
Speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom?
Zhongli! Zhongli, get over here!
But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No,
Yes!
Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Let's ask that piece of shit. I mean, I don't care that seems like a good guy. If he doesn't have a really good reason for letting this happen, I'm gonna be mad. Why did he fake his death in the first place? He could have easily dealt with Child. Like, Barbados was the weakest Archon. And I know if you try to get to Inazuma, you just get struck by lightning from Raiden Shogun. So I'm quite sure that the oldest god can probably hold his own. I just see this is a bunch of bullshit.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral...
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on liyue? Visiting the we had better go and make sure that.
Or maybe it's cleaning up. I really hope he's not offering Genus. Doesn't seem like him though. Geonosis, I mean. And the guard does nothing to stop me?
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
What were you talking about?
It's Zhongli and Child.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than... So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward.
I'm
wouldn't
sure
you say?
he's been weakened a bit.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally.
That's true.
Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little nothing personal. We just
I think
have
we're getting along
different
pretty well
views,
in the
that's
tussle
all.
as well.
Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat when... You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Excuse me?
What in the world are you talking?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee.
And you're offering this because...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the... No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat!
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him to. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the cryo-archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. To come to the defense of... They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors. and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to...
Huh? That doesn't...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
I'm sorry for not speaking too much. I'm just really into how the story is progressing right now. So he's he just waited for. But isn't he worried that once he gives up his gnosis, that the city won't have enough protection? And Tsaritsa will have three gnosis. That seems dangerous.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceit?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber.
Well then, with the gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing...
Do as you wish.
They really don't get along.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade.
Realistically speaking, there...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Gods are incredibly mysterious. So you can't use elemental powers anymore. Or can you just not use divine powers?
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
True. I hope everything will turn out alright. Because... we lost to one god even when we had all our powers. Having to deal with 7 at once is just a death sentence.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit... So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
Yeah. No. He's not dead. He faked his own death.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated...
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess?
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
What's there but to say?
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too, gods and adepti live glorious lives. But both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face the rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of liyue to grieve not, and to let not their hearts be, nor are they to believe street-born rumors, or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on this. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything.
Maybe he told them just now?
Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while.
Everything's coming together.
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our archon.
Now that we have awoken
You're an
from our
adeptus.
dream,
You're an
we
adeptus.
must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contract?
So concludes the words of her Does Her Eminence the Yuheng?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
And?
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
Is that how he's spinning it?
The liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Honey roast!
Oh.
One sticky honey roast, please! I'm sure Paimon would like it. Can I just ask for that? It'd be comical. Come on.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Oh. We actually heard Lumine's voice. That's quite rare. I'm guessing mostly because of the fact that it's difficult to make two separate voice. No. There's only two voice lines.
Rex Lapis. Now that perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business opportunity.
And to think I'd put my best, but it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be offered to Rex. Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say. And that's 3
Didn't believe me. I actually never said that. I kept true to the story of. Where's the last one? I kept true to the story of. I only wanted to do this for to look good in front of a date.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made. I believe that future generations will say so too when our deeds come up for their review.
Why, you... Were you just trying to look... If you were looking for someone, you could have just...
What else should I have
Sweeping the
said?
premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done.
Hello, Zhongli.
Hey, Zhongli!
Feel bad for the guy.
Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotion, and here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Liyue Kia.
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have...
You're right. I do like the Mora.
Both of these are completely true. He has been this way the entire time, although insulting him for lacking Mora. It's going to be fun.
But why would Morax lack...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an archon. So I had to...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But
Being a god
since
now.
you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of... That is true. But there is no journey.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed.
It's raining Shogun. That's like saying Mora. Or that's like Geoarchon, I think. Closed?
Yes. The nation has been closed by the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
Raiden Shogun.
Right?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year.
How long were you drowning?
Since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
What?
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, this is what visions are. magical foci bestowed upon.
That's how people in Tibet?
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the god?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
All gods have screws loose. Vent is the only one that's
The
reasonable.
Animal Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Fair. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead.
This is the same thing we had with
as much to
Venti.
the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then.
Oh right, you're still an
Was there
Adepti.
anything else you wish to know?
You're still an Adepti even without a Genosis. That's... He's still powerful.
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the... I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui.
Good!
Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the liyue Qixing don't want... Kuching is absolutely right now. Though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing's plan to take governing power over Liyue from the hands of the gods and Adepti. Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your Gnosis, what's going since Morax is dead? Are they all just gonna... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside?
Oh, a private fund.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you...
Morax, you idiots!
Well then. I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Can we just tell... Done! And another constellation. So I think yep. It seems like we are finished for now. So, actually I think taking a picture next to Zhongli is, or taking out next to Zhongli is best. Hold up a second. So, thank you for watching through my third video. I greatly appreciate it. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated, and it helps my channel grow. Anyway, see you next time.